Now, I want to encourage you, if you can, go over to the Preacher's Pen Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Preacher's Pen. Go to the Preacher's Pen website, or you can go to our podcast, which is anchor.fm/Preacher's Pen. You'll be able to find all of this fun information. But I want to talk to you about 5 things that hopefully in your life will make a great difference today. And I hope those 5 things for you are tremendously valuable. And when we talk about these things, it's about hope. We live in a day and we live in an age where hope is something that we need as a nation, but it's something that we need in the church. Something that we have, it's right in front of us, but we have to grab it and we have to hold on to it. And we have to be assured that the hope that we are experiencing is the true hope that's found not in the things of this world. Every morning, I will admit, I get up, I don't make any coffee, I'm not allowed to make it anymore, I make it way too strong. But Carrie gets up and makes coffee every morning. She sets the coffee pot on the timer, she gets up, and it's all ready to go by the time I finally roll out of bed. And one of the things that I love is I love a nice cup of coffee. I love to be able to drink a nice cup of coffee. And as I'm able to do that, it really helps me. Hey y'all, how you doing? It's not that I need the caffeine, it's just kind of the flavor. I'm a flavor coffee kind of guy. But did you know that the cup becomes empty? If my hope is only in a cup of coffee in the morning, what happens when it's empty? Well, you always say, Chris, you can go and you can refill it. Absolutely, but what do you do when the coffee runs out? Well, for a lot of people, that's like their hope in the world. They try to refill it with things of the world, and it just never hits the right thing. So today, I want to share with you 5 things from the Preacher's Pen about hope, and really in a story that's contained in the Bible. In the Bible, there is a story about an individual who's had a lot of problems. In fact, one problem has plagued them for their entire life. As that problem has plagued them, they have tried every single thing that they know how to do to get away from this problem, to make this problem simply disappear. But they're not able to. And what's happened is, now they have spent about 12 years of everything that they've owned to solve this problem. 12 years. Not a year, not a couple months, but 12 years. When you start to think about what it would be like to spend all of your money, the Bible says all of your livelihood, on 12 years to solve a problem that's not there. But there's something unique in this story. There's something that if you find in this account that you will see that's absolutely, at least to me, pretty fascinating. And the thing that I see in this story is that she had hope. Now I want you to remember hope for a moment. We all sometimes think about hope for our nation, as we saw the graphic a little bit ago, or we think about hope in life, but what really is hope? Well, to be honest with you, hope is pretty simple, but yet hope is very extensive. Hope is confident expectation or favorable expectation. And what that means is, that means your hope, if you have hope in something, you confidently expect that to happen. It's not a wish. It's not like you rub a bottle and a genie pops out and says, I give you 3 hopes. That's not what it is. A genie says, I give you 3 wishes. And wishes are something that we often joke about. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be? Well, I would wish for more wishes. Okay, we all understand that. People are going to wish for more money, more stuff, and more wishes. Wherever the camera's not. They're going to wish for those 3 things. But hope is not that. Hope is when you confidently, within your soul, within your spirit, within your mind, you want that to take place. That is hope. So when you think about hope, what are you confidently expecting to happen? I often joke with people if I'm going to ride with them somewhere and I say, are we going to get there safely? And they say, well, I hope so. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to ride with them because I want them to actually make it there. I want them to be involved in hope. I want them to realize that in their life that they have the ability to get there confidently, and they expect that to happen. I think we could say the same thing about our lives and about who we are. Do we confidently expect things to take place? If we do, then we're on a right path. We're on the right way, but I want you to remember hope. Hope is confident expectation. Now, back to the account for a minute. So number 1 on the Friday 5 is remember hope. Number 2 is realize that someone hoped for a cure. This lady had been plagued with this disease all of her life. This is a disease that not only affected her mentally, this was affecting her physically. It was going to affect her emotionally. And we find out as we read the parallel accounts of this story in the Bible, or of this account in the Bible, you find out something rough, something that you would not believe. But it seems that every time she tried to get this cured by a doctor, it got worse. It got worse. So as man tried to figure out what this problem was, it wasn't getting any better. But here's the unique part. She'd hoped for a cure. She'd spent all of her livelihood on a cure. She'd wanted a cure. But then she knew that there was a cure out there, and she believed. The Bible tells us that she heard about Jesus. She heard all the reports of Jesus. Now think about this just for a moment. Not only did she hear the stories, let me say it that way, maybe the legends, but she heard the real reports. The reports of the healing power of Jesus. We see that in the context. She heard the reports of the healing power of Christ. And as a result of that, she decided to do something. Now, once again, possibly due to her condition, an outcast of society. A person that society just didn't want around. However, she decides to go to the one person that can get her healing, to the one person that's going to bring her hope. She believed in it. The Bible tells us that belief is important, but it also tells you that faith is important. Now, faith is believing in something because you have the evidence that's there, but also faith is an action word. We sometimes talk about having faith as sort of like a noun, sort of like a place. But faith has to do with actions. If you look in Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6, the Bible tells us that without faith it is impossible to please Him. For he who comes to God, did you notice that? The Bible said he who comes to God. He who comes to God must believe that He is, and believe that He is a rewarder of those that diligently seek Him. See, faith is not just wishful thinking. Faith is not just a wishful part of life. Faith involves action. So what did this lady do? This lady believed all the reports. She believed everything that she'd heard. And now she finds herself in a very unique position. She finds herself in a position to take action. So she does. This action that she takes is phenomenal, is amazing. What this woman does is very simple. She probably hides among the crowd, not wanting to be at the forefront, but she knows something. She knows because of the power of Jesus that if she just slowly makes her way to Him, she wouldn't even have to talk to Him. She wouldn't even have to, if you will, be in His face. She could come from the side or from behind and just touch the hem of His garment. Just a little tiny piece that she could touch, that little tiny piece would make the biggest difference in her life. She believed that. I want to pause here for a second, and I want to ask you a question. Do you think that this woman believed every word that Jesus said? Do you think that she had heard every word that Jesus said? Do you think that she had theological papers written about everything that Jesus said? Do we know if she attended every synagogue? Do we know if she ever went to the temple? Here's what we know. What we know is she had faith in Jesus. She had faith in Jesus, and she'd never met Him yet. She'd never heard Him yet. She'd heard everything about him, and she decides that because of all the information that she has, he is the one person that she's going to go to. So she reaches out, and she touches the hem of his garment. And the Bible says immediately she was made well. As the crowds continued to press upon Jesus, here is this woman probably on the ground, probably just almost eye picture in tears because of the blessing of life. And she finds herself in a very unique place. The unique place that she finds herself is in a place of normal, is in a place of hope, because she had hope. She, number one, remember from our Friday 5, she had hope. And I want you to remember that hope. And not only did she have hope, but she hoped for a cure. And that cure was right there for her. She believed in that cure. She took action. And as a result, she was cured. As you think about hope today, hope amid uncertain times, are you ready? And are you ready to be part of the ultimate, the absolutely ultimate gift of being blessed by the Son of God? You know, if you don't go to church and you're watching this, I would encourage you to go to church. If you're not a part of any religious group, I would encourage you, let's talk. Let's you and I sit down and let's have a discussion, whether here online through the avenue of Zoom, whether it's a Bible correspondence course, but let's talk and let's share with you the cure of the hope of a greater tomorrow. Once again, my name is Chris Gallagher. Thank you for stopping by the Preacher's Pen. I hope that you have a lot of hope. I confidently expect that you do have confident expectations. It sounds a little bit odd, but I would give it some thought. Once again, the Preacher's Pen is here to assist you. We're assist you in so that you can create a better day today for a better life tomorrow based upon the teachings of Jesus Christ. We thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of our day. I'm going to go refill this coffee cup, and I hope to talk to you soon. Be blessed, and we look forward to having more discussions in the future. Be blessed, and have a great day.
Do